up, my fight fans? So, with all this drama that went down with Khamzat Chimaev, with all this drama that's going down, it really doesn't feel like, and this could happen, this could be something that we are maybe not seeing, or maybe we didn't notice, or maybe we didn't look into, but this could be something that Dana White is letting go, because we seen Dana White in the press conference and we seen him talking, and people were asking questions like, hey, what are you gonna do about Chimaev? What do you feel about Chimaev in the weight cut? What are you gonna talk to Chimaev about? And Dana White was very, very cordial or understanding. We know Dana White in the history that he has never, ever, ever liked it when somebody missed weight. That's like one of his biggest pet peeves, that you gotta be on point with weight. And for some reason, it almost felt like he was telling Chimaev, like, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it. Oh, it's okay, don't worry about it. Like, that's what I felt like I got. I can't remember who asked Dana White this question, but they asked him, what are you going to talk to Chimaev about when it comes to the weight? And his reaction was, what do you want me to talk to him about? What do you mean, what do you want us, what do we want you to talk to him about? We want to talk to you about, like, what the hell happened? Yeah, you had a bad weight cut the day before. But the point is, why are you coming in a week or even a few days and you're like almost 10 pounds? Like, wait, what's going on? This is an issue that should have been addressed days ago, not even the day before the fight. Someone that could cut 10 pounds in one day, that's very bad. I know there's probably people that could probably do that, but still, that's a very bad cut, which can do damage to your body. Some very serious damage to your body. So, but the fact is that it just felt like, this guy literally destroyed your whole card. All these fighters were prepared to go in there with certain opponents. And in the last minute, he decided to not take this fight seriously, because that's the bottom line. There's no other way around it. There's literally no other way around it. He decided not to take this fight seriously a couple of days going into this fight. So if you're a fan of Khamzat Chimaev, I am sorry, but he did not take this fight seriously that week. If you're coming into that fight week and you're literally 10 pounds over and you are continuing to be almost 10 pounds over, few days from the fight, you are not taking this fight seriously enough. You are going in there, walking through saying that, hey, it's not that bad. Like he said in the weight, when they weighed him in the day before and such. And yeah, and that's what's bad. So the fact that you went in there, you destroyed the card. All these fighters now literally have to change their opponents last minute. They have to learn the new opponents. And then now, I want to know what happened with sales when it comes to merchandise. You got all these fight sales. Look at, like, these shirts right here. Imagine these guys pulled out. These shirts are not being sold. Like, you have Nate Diaz and Chimaev on a shirt, and now you can't even really sell that shirt. You have to sell it possibly at a discount, because that's not the fight that's going on. Then you got posters. That has to be another one. You got all this other merchandise, programs. That has to be another one. These are all the things that take time to make, and you couldn't make it over in 24 hours. You have to make the shirt. You have to ship it out. You have to get all these things together. It's like, it's nearly impossible. It's a headache for everybody to do because of one person. And it just feels like Dana White almost allowed him to get away with that. Honestly, personally, my personal opinion, he shouldn't have even been on the card. He really shouldn't have been. They should have found an early replacement for I want to say, you got Wei Jiliang, and then you had Kevin Holland, and you had this other personal opponent that Kevin Holland was going to face. I can't remember his name. Forgive me. I think it's Rodriguez. And he still was able to fight. That was almost like rewarding him. He causes all this mayhem for the press conference, which all these fight fans come over to watch and hear, and he causes this mayhem. He causes mayhem in the PI, where people are going over there to train. They're going over there to do their business, and he causes mayhem in there. Then he causes this mayhem where everyone has to literally have to switch around. This is literally, guys, this is almost like the next Conor McGregor, where he destroyed almost a fight card because he got pissed off and threw a dolly in the bus where Khabib was at. And literally everything had to change around. And what happened to Conor McGregor? He did not get suspended. He did not get talking to. He got put arrested. And that's what Dana White's response was. Like, oh yeah, he is getting punished. He's getting arrested. No. That's by the law. We're talking about what you, the UFC president, the man who runs this company, is going to do about a man that decided to break a rule. This is why bigger organizations don't take the UFC super serious at times, because they look at them like, well, you're literally letting your guy get away with certain things. You know, you go in the NFL and you go into the MLB or the NBA, billion-dollar organizations. With the UFC is also a billion-dollar organization, but you are allowing your guy to literally destroy everything. It's like literally a quarterback cannot do that. A quarterback cannot just all of a sudden decide not to. He like literally misses all training camp. He doesn't show up whatsoever. He doesn't know the plays, and then automatically it's like, okay, no worries, you could just come on in. Now I know what you guys are saying. Well, he's a name. Like, you know, I remember Brendan Schaub even mentioned that. Like these other quarterbacks could fall asleep inside the training room, they'll get suspended. But someone like Tom Brady does it, it won't nothing happen to him. But trust me, that's not all true. Look at what happened with Deflategate. Look what happened with Tom Brady and all that stuff. He still got suspended. You break the rules, you do something that makes it very shady or makes you look very bad, and they're going to look at it and they're like, no, this is not the kind of thing we condone. This is my organization. I built respect for this organization, and I cannot allow you to do that. Just like I cannot allow everybody else to do that, regardless of a name or not. That shouldn't matter. So that's where they should have sat Khamzat Chimaev down. That's what Dana White should do. And Dana White should have been more thorough about what he's going to say. Like, yeah, he messed up. He messed up everything. Everything that was going on with the press conferences. Fans were disappointed. You know, I have no idea how hot it is in Las Vegas for everybody to be walking in there, having to wait, having to go through security, and then finally being able to sit down to finally see the fighters that they've always wanted to see, just for one guy who cannot keep his cool backstage. Cannot. And then he ruins it for everybody. Then all these guys who've been in training camps, training, sure, they got money. Sure, they got to still fight, but that's not the point. The point is that, Dana, these are the guys that literally are training, and they still got to be treated like human beings. They're training for a certain opponent so they can look good, so they can move forward. Now, some of these guys who lost, I mean, yeah, we're going to remember that they lost. A lot of us are not going to remember what really did happen, but we're going to remember like, hey, look at Tony Ferguson lost. Maybe he would have beat, you know, the Leech. You got the Leech who lost. Maybe he would have beat Tony Ferguson. Then you got Kevin Holland who lost. Then he literally got dominated. It's like almost felt like Kevin Holland was getting punished for going against a guy, Khamzat Chimaev, who is not known. Kevin Holland is not known as a grappler. And we know how Chimaev is. He is a grappler. So it literally almost felt like Chimaev, hey, I know you broke the rules. I know you caused chaos in the press conference, and I know you caused chaos in the PI. But you know what? You're still going to fight on the card. You're going to get a much easier fight than an Nate Diaz, and you're still going to get paid. He's probably got a little penalized, but nonetheless, we need to know this. Why? Because other fighters need to know this. Other fighters know, like, hey, you know what? If I become a big star, I can do whatever I want to. You know, these guys say they run the UFC, but technically us fighters run the UFC. If I'm a big superstar, shit, then why I could put a dolly through the window and nothing's going to happen to me. I could not come in and wait, and I might just get bumped down the card to an easier fight. I still might make my money, but hey, nothing's going to happen to me. And that's something that we cannot allow in the UFC. If you have respect for your organization, you got to show these guys that, hey, whatever you think you want to do, whatever you think you can do, you cannot do this in this organization whatsoever. It has to be rules have to be for everybody. It can't be just for certain people. Even Conor McGregor, when he put that dolly in that window, it was like, dude, no, you are not only going to jail possibly from the law, but you are also going to be paying for everybody's card. It's not coming out of the UFC. It's coming out of your money. You want to brag about how much money you make? Well, guess what? Because you couldn't keep your cool, everything is going to be paid for. The purse is going to get paid for. Anybody has to go to the hospital, you're paying for it. Everything. You are literally taking care of everybody on this card. That is your penalty. That is you, 100%. So that's where I'm going with this. Khamzat needs to be reprimanded. He needs to be told, because we cannot allow that. Now are we going to see this again? You know, he goes into 170. He wants to fight at 170. In the press conferences, he even talked about how he still wants to continue to fight at 170. And that's like, well, you can't put him in there with a big fight. You can't put him in there with a main event. Because why? Because what if he decides not to do it again? Are you going to do this all over again? Against a Jorge Masvidal, against a Kobe Covington, against a Kamaru Usman, possibly a champion Leon Edwards? We don't know. So hopefully Dana White does do something. Hopefully Dana White does say something regarding all this. So I guess we have to wait and see. But what do you guys think he should do? What do you think Dana White should do? What do you think, what kind of reprimand Khamzat should get? You know, what kind of what kind of punishment should he get due to all this? Because to me, it almost felt like he got rewarded instead of punished for breaking all these rules and making the fighter's life and everything else much more difficult. Sure, did it sell more? Possibly. Did it get more attention? Possibly. But at the end of the day, you still messed up a lot of careers. You still messed up a lot of things that everybody, a lot of momentum that people had going for them that you decided because you want to be careless. That's my personal opinion, but I definitely would like to hear what you guys got to say. Let me know, like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.